and that's exactly what she has done in the last 3 games, highlighted by a 17.5 rebound performance against a recent win against non-conference opponent Toledo. She's a great passer, but the Blue Devils need her to be a force in the paint to be successful tonight.
24th all-time meeting, Boston College and Duke. Duke, the loss in December against Clemson in conference. This is BC's lid lifter in the ACC. So right away down low, Teya Sidberry, the Utah transfer, with the bucket.
And that's a good sign for BC. Sidberry's first game in ACC play, coming off that Pac-10 regular season, Pac-12 regular season championship. Role player for Utah, but a big scorer for BC. Starting
5 anchored by Reagan Richardson, who hits her opening 3.
That's the way to start off the New Year's Eve.
Here's Joanna Burnaby-McNamee's starting 5. Dontavia Wagner, a big name to watch, double-figure scorer. And Debbie, 4 starters averaging 10 or more for BC.
BC has great balance, as does Duke. Both these teams have 4 players who score in double digits. They play a lot of player double-digit minutes. You'll see a lot of different bodies in the game, similar in that regard.
Duke coming off a tough offensive performance. Beat Coppin State by 30, but Carol Lawson not pleased with the offensive rhythm.
Boston College coming out in his zone. They're a multiple defensive team. Play a couple zones. They'll play man-to-man, and Kennedy Brown is going to get caused for an offensive foul right there.
And that's the key, guarding Brown down low. Dontavia Wagner takes the charge.
Kennedy Brown, she's the tallest player on the floor. She's 6'6", and right there she leans in, and that is great defense. 1 foul already on Kennedy Brown. She's important to have her on the floor for Duke. She's going to take a little breather right now.
So Delaney Thomas checks in, true freshman. A little smaller lineup now for Duke. And how about this outlet pass? That is intercepted. Here's Taina Mair, her return against BC, a former Eagle, her first game against her former squad.
Well, one of the questions for today's game is, could BC handle the Blue Devil ball pressure? Can they handle the full court pressure?
Good steal. Look at the Utah transfer in transition. Keeps her pivot foot, and a rejection for Donovan. A top 5 blocking team in the country. Duke takes it away. Look at this outlet pass. The lob. A little off the hands of Donovan. It'll stay here.
A little too fancy that time.
The find to Ashlyn Jackson off on the 3. And Boston College want to run in transition today. Look at that dime to Tide. Keeps her pivot foot and banks it in.
I have a feeling this is going to be a little bit of a track meet. Both these teams love the transition game. That was a great lead pass down the court.
Another turnover. And how about Boston College pushing the tempo with Kayla Ivey? Nice dime, leading to a triple. Look at the ball movement here at BC.
BC, they came in here ready to play. It's their first ACC game. They're playing against one of their former teammates, which always adds a little extra fire.
Boston College in this 5-game win streak, 90 points a game, lightening up, and another steal.
Great job taking away the high post, the zone right now.
Wagner on the attack, gets her board, and is fouled on the way up. The energy of Boston College, they've come to play.
They really have, and Dontavia Wagner following her shot, but as you see, BC's been able to get in transition, out in transition, and Ivy with that great lead pass, give her another assist, and beautiful finish by Todd. Here we go again. Ivy gets the ball. She looks up, distributes, finds her teammate behind the arc. Another bucket for BC, and they're off to a great start.
Now a 5-point lead on the Wagner free throw. Boston College in 100 possessions was scoring 130 points. This is a fantastic month. But a bigger level of competition now from the likes of Stonehill and Bryant here to Duke.
Yeah, they've had a 5-game win streak, but not an ACC caliber opponent in those games. But nonetheless, they've been able to put some points on the board. And you see this, they're going to continue to stay in that zone.
Here's an offensive foul, and Wagner's been everywhere defensively. 2 charges.
Dontavia Wagner, she's number 5 in the country in steals. She's a great defender. Crowd did not like that call, but they're saying Jaden Donovan, the freshman, leaned in.
Took the charge and the steal on that play. How important will her effort defensively be for Boston College here on this turnover?
Boston College is going to need everything from everybody they put on the floor. They are very undersized. They're going to need great paint protection. But right now, they're doing a nice job getting in passing lanes and deflecting the ball. And their zone it's a tough zone. It's a little bit of a 3-2. It has some different slides to it.
And a travel. Oluchi Okananwa couldn't hold her pivot foot, and Duke playing a little disjointed in the first 3 minutes, Debbie.
Yeah, they haven't found their rhythm yet. And Okananwa, she comes off the bench. She's a freshman. who just got added to the ESPN top impact freshman list. Much deserved. She gives them a big scoring punch, averages double digits in only 20 minutes. She's a great rebounder, and she brings an awful lot of fire.
You factor in her and Hannah Hidalgo of Notre Dame, 2 impact players in the ACC early. Here's Boston College on a 6-0 run.
Little screen-the-screener action, well defended by Duke.
Kick out Wagner. She's doubled. Down to 1 on the clock. Gets it off at the buzzer.
I think they got away with a travel there, and the Blue Devil faithful did not like it, but the big finish as the shot clock goes off.
That's Andrea Daley. She's named Ray Ray, and she's been a big pocket of sunshine for BC early. Nice look, and an easy layup for Duke.
That's a nice job. Getting into the seams in the zone, feeding the high post. Short corners, the high post against the zone. Those are the sweet spots. You got to move that ball from side to side and make the defense shift.
That was Jaden Donovan's first bucket, the true freshman for Duke. Tough look. Whoa! Andrea Daley, 2 for 2.
BC's come out on fire.
When you think you missed the shot and then you sink it, it's definitely a New Year's Eve with that occasion.
Well, and you come in here as an opponent coach, you just really hope shots go in, and that's what wins games, as Coach Mack told us. And right now, Boston College shooting it well in Cameron.
Donovan, nice crossover. And that shot rattles home. 4 early points.
Jaden Donovan, you know, she had up and down at the beginning of the season, the freshman #3 ranked recruit in the country, but she's starting to play with some consistency, but she doesn't get back on defense right there. She kind of jogs back, leaves a wide open player under the basket.
The vision of Kayla Ivey leads the ACC in assists. That was a tremendous pass.
Kayla Ivey, you're not going to see much better vision. She plays with her head up the whole time, looking for her teammates, delivers the ball right on point to make it easy for her teammates to shoot.
And look at these numbers for Ivey. In the last month, 10 assists a game. She's second in the country in assists to turnover, doing everything right for Boston College.
That is an unbelievable statistic.
A double-digit assist per night. She's been cooking. 12 assists in her last game. And the lead extends for Boston College.
And she missed last season with an injury, with a knee injury. So this is a comeback season for her, and she is making quite a comeback.
Taina Mair ran the offense last year and led the conference in assists. As that ball will stay here off the body of Thomas. If you're Duke, how do you settle into this first quarter?
Just got to do a better job taking care of the ball and get the tempo back under control. You know, Duke likes to run, but they need to be able to get in the half court, settle into their defense in the half court, and settle into their offense in the half court, and defend
Wagner
better.
Wide open, give her the N1, taking advantage of a Duke mistake.
And Okananwa unsure right there of what she did, but another wide open bucket for Boston College off the baseline inbounds.
There's Kara Lawson looking for a response from a Duke team early. Wagner misses the free throw. 6 of 8 start for BC. Duke looking to respond.
Duke's got to penetrate some of those gaps against the zone. Backline did a nice job closing it up.
Here's Mair's first look, hitting the 3 against her former club.
That's tough when you got to play against your former teammates. Sure, there's not a love lost. She comes down and knocks down her first shot, and she's been one of the most consistent players for Duke this season, the sophomore.
That was Mair's 12th 3 of the year. Nice look to JoJo Lacey, the kickback, and an open 3. Tiana Todd from deep.
Wow, and just another defensive mistake by Duke, and you don't see the Blue Devils make that many defensive mistakes, but we've seen 3 glaring ones already.
Boston College, 7 of 9 shooting. What a start to end 2023. And the zone defense causing problems for Kara Lawson's offense.
Here comes the baseline runner and the fade screen. That's the way to beat the zone. Screen it.
Nice pass from Jackson. Mair converts for a second 3.
She's fired up. You know, she wanted to play well today against her former teammates.
And now the pressure for Duke. This is the team that forces some of the most turnovers in the ACC, second in the conference.
And you see Oluchi Okananwa has been tasked with not letting Ivey bring the ball up the floor. And BC has some secondary ball handlers, but nobody does as good a job seeing the floor as Ivey does.
Wagner attacks, blows by Emsbo on the block. Second chance, no. And now a foul on the back end from Wagner. We'll take the timeout early. How about this start from Teya Sidberry at Boston College?
Boston College comes out of the gate firing. They're firing on all cylinders. Beautiful back cut and the kick out. Long range shot. Count the 3.
Hot shooting start for Boston College coming in, and Duke as well. Really the story, though, Debbie, is the points off turnovers for BC.
Yeah, both teams shooting it incredibly well, but this has kind of been ugly from a ball security standpoint. Both teams just combining for 10 turnovers. Boston College making 6 points off of those turnovers. And it's been Taina Mair that's been able to stop the bleeding for Duke. Just when you thought Boston College was getting out and getting a big lead, she knocked down back-to-back threes. And you can see she's a transfer from Boston College. She played her freshman season there. You can see the numbers she put up as a freshman. Amazing stats. Named to the ACC All-Freshman team.
Now runs this Duke offense after leading the conference in assists last year. Here's a tip pass and a steal with a foul. Boston College is able to affect the passing of Duke in this first quarter.
Boston College is really athletic. They're not very big, but they've got some good size in the guard spots, and they're very quick. And there's Teya Sidberry just putting her arms up, getting that deflection, and the foul by Taina Mair, and Boston College is going back to the free throw line.
With 3:45 left in this first quarter in the bonus. Great point.
They only shoot 67% from the free throw line. Sidberry shoots 73%.
Showing you why with a friendly bounce. And this was the ideal start Joanna Burnaby-Mack wanted from her team.
Yeah, she wanted to get out and make sure they could put points on the board early, and they've really been able to do that.
It's been a shooter's first quarter here in Durham. And another turnover. Wagner finds Ivy, the assist queen of the conference. And that will stay here. You can tell both teams are feeling out the tempo of this game, looking to find their rhythm offensively.
Well, you know, and they're back from the holiday break. They've both gotten games under their belt, but you've been home for the holidays. You've had some good food. You've probably gotten a little out of shape. You get back in. But
I'm a big turkey guy. What do you eat for the holidays, Debbie?
Whatever they cook for me.
Well, they're cooking up buckets for BC early until that air ball turns it over. 7-12 start for the Eagles. I imagine it's a fair or foul situation. Boston College, they don't eat chickens or turkeys. They eat more steak. You got to protect your friendly birds. Duke, meanwhile, feasting on non-conference competition. 30-point wins in the last 3 games.
And really starting to come together as a team and getting some great production from Kennedy Brown and the freshman Jaden Donovan.
Duke right now living on turnovers. 7 giveaways for the Blue Devils.
And this zone defense for Boston College will pressure out high.
Nice step through and a miss. Here's a loose ball. Okananwa saves it, goes through the trees, and misses. That'll go the other way. In fact, 8 turnovers for Duke.
And Coach Mack emphasizing that her team really needed to rebound well today, and this allows Duke, this dead ball, to get in their full court press. We'll see if BC's able to handle it. And you see how they use Sidberry as a little pressure release over there cross court.
She was a key reserve for a Sweet 16 Utah club last year. Alyssa Peely, the star, of course, but Sidberry was a double-figure scorer off the bench.
Well, this is a different role for her, though. There's a lot more pressure when you're expected to score in an ACC game, and she's done a great job coming out and doing just that.
Has 6 early points. The clock to 6. Daley enters the lane. Tough look and a block for Emsbo, leading to a shot clock violation. Now that's the defensive presence Kara Lawson wants.
Yeah, that's the Duke defense we're used to seeing. They love to force shot clock violations, make it difficult for you to make the next pass, and force you into taking 1 contested shot. What a great screen right there by the freshman Thomas.
Thomas setting a brick wall on the offensive end. How does Duke use that size mismatch on this end?
It'll be interesting to see what they choose to do against the zone, and that's one of the reasons Boston College plays a zone, because they know they're undersized, and right now they're really being able to limit. There's the answer. Little baseline drive.
Great solution from Kara Lawson's offense. Yeah, Duke has the size mismatch in almost every position. Here's JoJo Lacey driving in, and count it off the window. Creativity there from Lacey.
JoJo Lacey, the senior, attacking the basket, drawing the foul from Emma Cable. Just puts her shoulder down. Cable just bumps her there with the body, and Lacey with the strength to push it up off the glass and finish with a 3-point play.
This is the 8th free throw attempt of the quarter for Boston College. NC State leads the conference, 25 makes a game. This isn't Boston College's strength, but they're getting to the line today.
You know, they're only shooting 50%, and that can really hurt them. They've got to convert these free throws.
Here's Jackson. Wagner wanted a charge. Her wish is not granted.
Ashlyn Jackson, the sophomore, just takes it right to the rim. Big bucket right there, cutting this back to a 4-point lead.
Despite the 7 turnovers, Boston College, they've absorbed this pressure. Let's see how they handle it now with Jacayla Thompson back from injury in her second game. Good look down low. Sidberry off the window. It's old Tim Duncan basketball today.
Wow, and that's Sidberry. It's 6'1" in the high post, taking Emsbo off the dribble. Boston College likes to use that 1-4 high set and give Sidberry a little bit of operating room, pull a bigger defender away from the basket.
Nearing double figures for Sidberry. 8 points early for the old school forward. Okananwa, a little new school on the drive. And the roll. A friendly kiss to end 2023.
And the freshman continues to impress and amaze. See, look at that little backspin on the ball. It rolls around and it drops down for Oluchi Okananwa. She's averaging over 10 points and leads the team with 6.6 rebounds a game and only plays a little over 20 minutes. I mean, she just comes in and does it all.
Kara Lawson noted with Okananwa learning to rebound consistently. And that number 6, that's a nice threat if you're Duke.
Well, and for any freshman, consistency is a part of the journey. But she's been so impressive early in her freshman year, and that's what's got her recently named to the top impact freshman list by ESPN.
Now Okananwa defensively causing trouble, and that goes the other way.
Yeah, and that's where you don't want to enter the ball if you're Boston College. I liked how before they entered it to Sidberry on the sideline opposite. That coughing corner is really dangerous against a team like Duke.
It's great for punting. It's bad for inbounding. Here on the final day of 23, Duke off a loss to Clemson 3 weeks back. Want to regain form in the conference as we hit the final minute of this first quarter. A lot of contact and a blocking foul. That's on the talented freshman Lily Krasovec out of Hungary.
Coach Mack telling us Krasovec is talented. She just needs to put a little more strength on, play a little bit more physical, and she's got a big task today as the tallest player on the floor for Boston College at 6'3" to defend some bigger Duke players.
Nice bucket from Richardson. She has 5 points to lead Duke. And now the press is on. There's a double team. Boston College has handled that pressure today, leading to a 3 that's off. And Emsbo in a triple team comes out with it and is fouled. And all of a sudden, Duke amping up the pressure.
Blue Devils with great execution. Look at that screen right there by Emsbo. Gets Reagan Richardson wide open for the smooth jumper. Nice execution on the baseline out of bounds.
That's a grad transfer out of Yale, playing in a ton of basketball, over 200 career games, a lot of experience. 1,000-point
scorer in the Ivy League. She's been a nice addition to the Blue Devil squad, giving them some extra size in the paint. She's a solid defender, good shot blocker. Horn set for Duke. 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Jackson attacks, misses the jumper. BC wants to run, and now we'll settle it down. Kayla Ivey, the assist queen, guarded tightly by Okananwa, wanting a foul. Ivey to 8. A lot of pressure in her face. Gets the release. Daley the drive and lost it off her foot. Much better defense from Duke.
Nice ball pressure by Okananwa. She's clearly frustrating Ivey. Ivey wanting the foul.
That is short. And ends a high-scoring first quarter here in Durham. Totally different story today.
Well, the big story about this game is the 15 combined turnovers, even though both these teams are shooting the ball incredibly well, and the strong shooting continues.
Duke's now over 70% from the field and back in front. I mentioned those turnovers. 4 for Todd in the first quarter. And Ivey's been held in check with Okananwa switching on her.
Okananwa can make Ivey uncomfortable. The BC offense will not run as smoothly.
There's an Okananwa block. Oluchi on the move, all the way to the bucket in transition. How about the playmaking of the freshman?
She's just so good at so many things. She makes such an impact on the game. But BC with the answer in transition, and it's Teya Sidberry, the sophomore again.
Give her double figures, 10 quick points for Sidberry, who averages 13 a game, one of 4 in double figures for the Eagles.
BC going to stay in the zone.
Nice hands by Wagner. You mentioned it, though, Debbie. Top 5 in steals in the country. She's everywhere defensively.
Right here. Blocked by Richardson. Okananwa picks it up. She goes coast to coast. Dipsy Doodle puts it in and finishes. Such a great athlete.
She's got that Usain Bolt face. Not a single muscle moves as she runs down the court. It's fun to watch. Another chance for a steal. BC in transition. Lacey calls her own number and bangs it home.
Wow, BC is giving Duke a little bit of their own game with their transition game. BC's doing a great job defending the paint. Kennedy Brown having a hard time even catching the ball down low against this zone.
8 points in transition for Boston College. That was a big emphasis for Coach Mack. And another Duke turnover. Give him 10.
Try to feed the post. 3 players say no, no. That creates a transition bucket for JoJo Lacey. She finishes that one over Reagan Richardson.
JoJo Lacey celebrated her birthday yesterday. A nice birthday gift for the team so far.
Happy birthday, JoJo.
Sidberry had a poke loose. Good effort there by Mair to save it. What has Boston College done early to handle this Duke pressure?
Well, they've made shots, first of all. But they've done a nice job with the full court pressure. They've just done a nice job controlling the tempo, getting into their half-court offense, and being able to execute. Typically, Duke makes it very difficult for teams to operate in their rhythm, their offensive rhythm. But Boston College getting the looks they want.
That'll go out of bounds. BC shooting over 50% in this first half. Had coming off a 94-point performance. Now, Bryant's different level of competition, but clearly that shooting has continued today.
Yeah, 94 points is no slouch regardless of who you're playing. And Coach Mack telling us, early in the season the ball wasn't falling for them, but starting to make things happen on the offensive end, and they've come into Cameron and are shooting well.
Breaking ankles all over the court. Brown knocks it in.
That's a great assist by Richardson, and that's exactly what Duke needs. Get that ball into your big girl. Get it into Kennedy Brown. Get some easy buckets around the rim.
Exited with foul trouble in the first quarter. And a jumper the other way. Tiana Todd hitting clutch shots today.
It just looks way too easy right now for a typical Blue Devil defense. Boston College is slicing and dicing their way through the Blue Devils.
17 combined points from the post players at BC. Brown the other way. A little 2v1 and kicked it away. Ivy in transition. The shot queen kicks it out.
Love to see her look for her shot more. She had that well, but you can see how her head is up the whole time, surveying the floor, looking for her teammates.
Wagner was tying her shoe. She's now back into play, and here's a steal. Mair ahead to Richardson. Good pass, better deflection.
Broken up by Sidberry. Great hustle back on defense. Good pass inside, nice kick out, good shot fake, and another return the pass to the post. Great ball movement by the Blue Devils.
Team Mair to inbound it, the former Boston College Eagle. Well, step back here, Richardson comes up short. And BC, despite the size mismatch, holding their own on the boards.
Really are doing a nice job rebounding. Coach Mack was concerned about the defensive glass, so they got to put a body on and push back. Well defended right there by Ashlyn Jackson. Hands straight up. Here comes Duke in transition. The kick out for the 3 to Cable.
Misses. Duke the O board and throws it to the wrong color. Now Wagner ahead. A lot of options. Todd for 3. Misses. And a fight for the boards.
BC not afraid to pull up for the 3 in transition.
Look at Mair pulling up and calls her own number.
She's got ice in her veins today, boy. Wow.
Team Mair, 8 points, now leading Duke in scoring. Boston College gone a bit cold the last 2 minutes. So Lacey lets it fly and hits it. Way to snap the scoring drought.
JoJo Lacey, she's their senior. She's one of 4 ACC players last year to average 10 points, 4.5 rebounds, 2 assists, and Duke with the answer.
Too easy for Kennedy Brown down low, 6 points early. And that's the size mismatch Kara wanted to exploit.
Yes, Kennedy Brown's 6'6". Big, strong frame. She played the early part of her career at Oregon State. She knows how to play in big games.
And is becoming a scoring threat now for Duke.
Double
figures in 3 straight as that goes out of play.
And that's what Duke needs. They need 10 to 12 points, 6 to 7 rebounds a game from Kennedy Brown in ACC play.
Look at Camille Cardoso, 6'7", at now South Carolina. And Brown has that same size for Duke. Let's see if they can utilize her today.
Kennedy Brown is an incredible passer. They'll use her a lot in the pinch post because she has great vision, great delivery with her passes. But Duke really needs her to be more of a scorer.
And in these last 3 games, the scoring has come 12 a night. Here's a steal for Mair. Such feisty hands.
You see the difference in Kennedy Brown's performance early in the season, kind of erratic, just not steady, not really impassioned, but really after that exam break, really starting to shine.
Kara Lawson noted her passing ability, but loves the scoring in these last 3 games. We have a battle here, all tied up. 5 minutes to go, first half. Daley on the drive. Tough floater. Ooh, and draws the foul. So free throws here for Boston College. Thomas can't believe it.
Delaney Thomas worked hard to defend that baseline drive and make this a difficult shot. See the bumping and the pushing, and right there, you see she got her a little bit on the arm. She did all that work. Boston College back on the free throw line. Still not converting.
Have struggled today, Debbie. 3 of 9 from the charity stripe.
If they walk out of here with a close loss, that's going to be a big statistic that they look at. Free throws win games. Duke is a very good free throw shooting team.
78% for Duke. Boston College comes in just under 70. And a much different story today.
Boston College not coming out of the zone.
Kennedy Brown doubled. Good vision. Look at that pass. And Okananwa makes it count.
Get that ball into the high post with someone who can see the floor, and that's Kennedy Brown. Teammates spotted up behind the arc, knocks it down.
8 assists for Duke today. Lacey on the ISO. Ooh, little free throw line jumper. That's pretty.
Wow, JoJo Lacey, and she averages a little over 6.5 a game, almost 5 rebounds. She's putting on a scoring show today.
Lacey entered this game with 22 threes, but finding her inside presence. Here's Mair, all the way to the bucket. Brown the rebound. What can Brown do for you down low, Debbie?
That's what you need from Kennedy Brown. Second chance opportunities. Use that size. Finish those high percentage shots around the rim. Continue in her ways. Double team by Duke. Nice pass out of it. Got numbers right now.
Lacey forces one up. Here's Duke in transition. Okananwa. A lot of dribbling. Here's Mair. Everyone touching the rock for Duke on this possession. The foul underneath on Lacey defensively. We'll take the timeout as the officials talk it over. Boston College playing tight, but Duke heating up from 3 here in Durham.
In 20 years, when you...
She's leading all scorers for the Blue Devils. She's 3 for 4 from the floor, 2 for 2 from long range. Add 2 assists to that. She's come out to play against her former teammates behind the back, create a shot for herself. She's so steady. Doing a great job for Duke to kick off the first half.
And this Duke offense can't miss in the second quarter. 7 of 10 from the field.
Blue Devils are shooting 70% from the floor, but they have 12 turnovers. Boston College has 8 turnovers.
And the officials are reviewing the previous play going into the timeout with that contact in the paint. We'll give you a look. Watch down low in the lane there.
Delaney Thomas and little like elbow to the head, not really intentional, but the officials are going to look at it nonetheless.
That's the old Rock'em Sock'em robot kit you give your kid for Christmas.
You're showing your age now.
Both players are jousting it out. So Boston College earns the free throws, an intentional foul on Duke.
and
That's Bruce Morris, our lead official.
Anytime there's contact with the player's head, you're typically going to get something, whether it's intentional or not. Just like two players scuffling under the basket. Intentional foul, you can see not a legitimate attempt to play the ball.
And that big one is the contact caused by the elbow there. That's deemed excessive. So BC will get free throws with 4 minutes to go in this first half. Now that has been a struggle for Boston College. 4 of 10 from the free throw line.
Here comes Tiana Todd.
Todd out of Ontario, Canada. Let's see if she can clean things up here from the free throw line.
She's a 79% free throw shooter, the bright spot on the roster.
Perfect stroke. Kara Lawson wants the explanation. With Talisha Green, our other official.
That was a tough one. It was kind of two players fighting for position down there, and the free throw woes for Boston College continue, but they're going to get possession of the ball here on the sideline.
And then Thomas will exit with the foul, so Richardson re-enters. 4 minutes to go. Boston College shooting 54%, hanging around down 1. What's the big key here for BC the next 4 minutes?
Ball security, big time. Don't give Duke any easy looks at the basket by turning it over, and continue to handle the pressure defense. There you see another deflection by Duke, and that's a turnover.
And Okananwa caused another turnover.
Okananwa's got such quick hands, but Boston College has done a decent job. It's their 9th turnover, but they haven't given Duke any of those runouts in transition, those open court turnovers.
And
they
more
can be so damaging.
They're winning the turnover battle because Duke's made their fair share of mistakes.
And they're shooting the ball really well. So if they can stay the course, it'll be a great first half, and their zone is really giving Duke difficulty. You see they're trying to keep the ball on one side of the floor and not let it go back the other way.
Good screen by Brown. She lost it, and a kick ball. Boston College kicked it.
Duke trying to screen the zone and then hit Kennedy Brown on the roll. It worked for them a little while ago. BC, nice job there breaking it up.
Brown's been a force, 6 points in the paint in this first half. And that's the size mismatch Duke wants to exploit.
And they're pushing her off the block right now, but there you go, getting it in.
Oh, good hands. Sidberry the steal. Ivy on the run. Wagner blows through the defense, and that's offensive. Took all that contact there.
I thought Wagner was going to pull up. Ivy gave her a nice pass. She had a ton of room. I mean, she puts it on the floor right there. She's wide open, but she puts it on the floor. She's so fast. You can see she just stretches that arm out.
Remember, in women's college basketball, that arc does not apply.
Ashlyn Jackson,
position.
Right there. Take the charge. Great defense by Ashlyn Jackson.
Wagner will exit with her second foul. And here's Duke, red hot from the field, 4 of their last 5.
And using Kennedy Brown back in the high post again as a passer.
Good kick out to Jackson, and the lead extends. Largest of the game for Duke.
Nice job. Way to use the corners. That was great execution. BC's got to get this ball in bounds.
Okananwa is right in the grill of Ivy.
She's making Ivy's life miserable right now. And if Ivy's life is miserable, so it is for her team.
Lacey in transition, misses the bucket. It'll stay here. How has Okananwa changed this game for Duke?
She just can pressure the ball better than most people. You see that nice kick out by Kennedy Brown. Ashlyn Jackson floats to the corner, and she's wide open. Beautiful ball movement.
Oh, look at that time. Ivy takes her time, and Mair gives it right back. Then Sidberry lost it. Mair throws it ahead. Okananwa runs the lane.
And that's what you hoped BC wouldn't do. You wanted this as ball security, taking care of the ball, not giving. Duke hasn't gotten a whole lot of easy looks at the basket.
Only 6 fast break points for Duke. That's a big one. Todd, great space. Let's see here. Is this continuation? Offensive. How about that? Big charge for Brown.
Wow, and I like the play call to go to Sidberry in the high post against the less mobile Brown. We get to see the replay right here. She pushes off with her arm, and you see the second time a BC player did that, and Brown goes down. Sidberry finishes, but no bucket.
No field goals in 2.5 minutes now for Boston College. Duke keeps making shots, but countering turnovers as well. Brown lobs it out, a little heavy, and Duke with 14 first-half turnovers, Debbie.
And Duke trying to run a set, called set against the zone and just unable to execute. Gets back into their full-court pressure. And we watch the Okananwa matchup again. Look at the pressure she can put on the ball. Her arms are so long. She takes vision away. She makes you uncomfortable. Ivy having to turn her back means she can't see her teammates.
Now she guards Lacey. It's like Kawhi Leonard in your grill every night. And Lacey heaves one up. Creative shot there to the free throw line.
Lacey's kind of got the same kind of build that Okananwa has, and she's had a great game so far.
Lacey's aggressive, man. She gets the ball and just goes to the basket. I love to see it.
She is maybe the worst of the free throw shooters on the Boston College team. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Evan, but it says she's 2 for 11 from the charity stripe this season.
No, you're right. It's been a tough year for BC at the line. Make it 3 for 12. Well, she's perfect on the final day of the year. A rough 364 around that. And makes them both.
There you go. She's been working on them over the holiday. I like to see that. It was pretty stroke, too.
Said I'll take that nugget, Debbie, and give it right back to you with a couple of free throws. Here's Duke up 4, sitting on its largest lead. Oh, nice ball from Richardson. Cable, the kickback. Mair, little step back. Oh, Jason Tatum-esque here in Durham.
Oh, that was just nasty. I mean, Mair, she knows her team needs a bucket. She creates a little space with her back dribble and drills that short-range jumper.
Todd the other way, throws one up and in. Good bucket for Daley. By the way, Mair with that jumper, 25 career games in double figures, both at Boston College and Duke. Duke shooting 77% in the quarter, and it continues. Mair for 3.
That's a great set. They're pulling the back line up, and they're sending Mair on the baseline, and the defense is not bumping down quick enough to cover the shooter. They got that play again. Great job, Team Mair.
Sidberry into the double and draws free throws. Now, Boston College is willing to attack the basket. This is free throws 15 and 16, and Duke only has 1.
That's a big differential, and Boston College has done a nice job getting out in transition, but you're right, they've been putting the ball on the floor and attacking the rim. Sidberry already with 10 points, 4 for 5 from the floor, 1 for 2 from the free throw line.
Teya Sidberry just passed the 300-point career mark in her Utah and BC tenure. How about that? 4 straight free throw makes after a rough start to the half. 8 of 15 now.
How about Duke is shooting 74% from the floor?
Oh, offensive board, Lacey, up and under. A little English to end the year.
Extra effort there by JoJo.
4-point game.
This is everything we expect from ACC play.
Mair against her former squad. Kicks. Jackson with 2. Jackson throws it out. Richardson misses. In a high-scoring first quarter. Teya Mair in her return. 90 combined.
Ball pressure in her quick hands.
That true freshman's been a weapon defensively for Duke. Blue Devils outscored BC by 5 in the second quarter. 4-point game here in the third. The Eagles have not won a conference opener in almost 7 years, 2017. Looking down low, Daley, and first possession, a bucket.
Well, that's coming out of the timeout. The ATO, they like to run that post-up play for Daley. She's got good size. She plays well with her back to the basket, and they get her on the block out of the 1-4, and she converts.
Third player in double figures for BC. Duke led by 13 from Mair in her return, and 10 from Okananwa. Here's Mair, who was knocking in threes the entire first half. Jackson late in the clock. Look at that pass! And the reversal from Donovan.
And that's beautiful. And one of the other ways to beat a zone is to get behind it. And you see that attack on the gap and that great cut by the freshman for the easy layup. Beautiful teamwork.
And then the filthy finish from Donovan. I know she grew up in D.C., must have watched a lot of Harlem Globetrotters as a kid.
She played in a great high school program at Sidwell Friends, and she is a difference maker for this Blue Devil program. If she can get going and start to play with consistency, they are a much better team.
Daley on the other end. Here's Brown down low. Good strip by Ivy. And look at the vision here from Duke offensively.
They attack the gap. Cut behind the zone, the no look, and the reverse layup. That's highlight reel right there. Beautiful connection.
Look at this pass to Brown. So much space and too easy for the tallest player on the court.
Another well-executed inbounds play by Duke.
Offense has not been the problem for Duke today. Defensively, though, guarding Boston College. Daley. Ivy, the assist queen of the conference, dishes one out, and the three is off. Now Mair's turn, blowing by the defenders, all the way to the bucket, no, and off of Kennedy Brown. This game has a tempo, a rhythm to it, a pace. How do these teams handle that tempo in the second half?
You just have to be able to control tempo. You got to know when to go and when to stop and when to get your team together and organized. Right now, BC with a little set, bringing the high post up. You see that's guard-to-guard screen, the opposing cuts. One goes one way, one goes the other. It goes into the ball screen.
Here's Ivy off on the three. Wagner fights for the board. Back up, wanted the foul. Ivy again with the left hand, no. And a little more contact. They'll stay here. Refs letting them play.
That's great extra effort by Boston College. 2 more shots right there. We said they're so undersized in this game with 6'6" Kennedy Brown out there. And most of the Duke guards are 6 feet tall.
And Coach Mack, she said she wants her team to play with a feisty mentality. We're seeing that in the second half.
And she said sometimes they're a little too nice. Today, they've just really come out and they're playing hard and competing.
Must have got a bag of coal for Christmas. This team's playing mean and tough tonight.
Switch on the ball screen.
Sidberry drives in, and Brown picks up the foul.
Sidberry's doing a really good job of recognizing when she can go one-on-one with Brown.
That's her 3rd foul, as a matter of fact. So a decision here for Kara Lawson.
Yeah, Brown at 6'6" is going to have a hard time guarding the 6'1" Sidberry on the perimeter. Sidberry taking full advantage of that in this game.
Much better free throw shooting here for Boston College. 9 of 17. You think about that in a high-scoring game like this. Those are 8 critical points.
That's 12 points for Teya Sidberry. We said she's a transfer from University of Utah. This is her first year at Boston College. Played 1 year in Utah.
So Brown will exit for Thomas. A much smaller lineup here for Duke. How does that change things for the Blue Devils?
You know, it just gives them a different look. Duke has the ability to put a lot of different lineups on the floor. The big lineup, the quick lineup, the defensive lineup.
The Debbie Taylor guard-oriented lineup.
That's what I'm talking about.
And Taina Mair has been carrying the load. 13 for the star point guard. Oh, Donovan lost it, and Sidberry the steal.
Well guarded. Donovan makes that flash cut to the middle of the zone, but Boston College has been all over the high post today.
Ivy just goes right to the bucket uncontested. You can't do that if you're Duke.
Nope, another defensive mistake. Nobody. She plays with this really interesting pace, and it looked like she was going to slow down. A little change of speed for Ivy. Feed Donovan on the block. She's a big guard who plays big down low. The sweet turnaround.
That's 8 points for Donovan. There you have the CP3 speed of Ivy and then the electric speed of Donovan. Totally different ways to run the point. What's the old tortoise in the hare saying?
Donovan just lets the game, Ivy just lets the game come to her. She sees the floor so incredibly well.
Ivy lets it go, comes up short, strips it from Mair. Good hands from Ivy.
That's another second shot.
Look at that pass, another one from Wagner. A 3rd time no, come on.
Those are the ones that will bite you down the stretch. Those are the easy buckets, and it results in a frustration foul.
Great point, Debbie. Wagner missed 3 layups and then commits the foul.
Coach Mack can't believe it. I mean, those are point-blank shots that were just missed at the rim after the great extra effort by Ivy. So long-range shot by Ivy. She hustles, traces down the ball, takes it away from Mair, makes this beautiful no-look pass.
This is the no, you take it. No, you take it. And then a miss. Oh.
I mean, 2 easy misses, and that's just frustrating if you're the coaching staff and the team.
And yet, it's a 2-point game here midway through the third. Okananwa, big performance, 10 points for Duke, wants more, cuts through 2, and hits it.
Okananwa has found a way to find the crevices in the zone and get herself to the rim.
An electric scorer, now 1 point behind Mair for the team lead. Ivy, the swing pass. Boston College has hit 3 triples, not their strength. They want to drive in and attack. That's what Sidberry does, and draws the foul on Thomas. So that's the mismatch, right? Brown the size, and then Thomas has to guard Sidberry.
Sidberry just does such a nice job operating out of the high post, but you watch here the freshman, the very talented, impactful freshman, Oluchi Okananwa, finding a seam, getting to the opposite side of the basket for the finish.
I'm taking Okananwa Black Friday shopping. The way she can handle that rock through traffic and navigate to the grocery store, impressive. Nearing the 5-minute mark. Boston College only shooting 30% in the second half. So Sidberry kicks, open 3 is way off, and a tussle for the boards. There's a foul going the other way.
And all those shots that were falling for the Eagles in the first half are not falling now, and you know, so maybe that's tired legs. But nonetheless, they're staying neck and neck in this game with their defensive effort.
That shooting disparity is big, and yet it's 8-8 on the scoreboard. Not a huge difference in third quarter.
Duke is shooting 71%, and they're only up by 4. It's crazy.
Off a game where Kara Lawson was displeased with her offense and loved her defensive effort against Coppin State. Totally different script today.
A little confusion on the offensive end right now for Duke.
Mair around the screen, blows by everybody for the layup. 15 for Team Mair.
Wow, and the offensive confusion for Duke leads to defensive confusion for Boston College, and an easy layup for 2 more for Team Mair.
That's a 6-0 run led by Mair. Another drive, Emsbo the block. Duke on the run. Okananwa lost it. We'll go the other way. Little too much speed there for Duke in a media timeout. We got a 6-point game. Duke looking to pull away here in the third.
What even is this? Don't tell.
Welcome back to Durham. Midway through this third quarter, and this game has been topsy-turvy offensively. Duke can't miss from the field. BC can't make, and yet a tight game in the third quarter.
I mean, BC shot 55% in the first half, and right now 1 for 10. The last 10 shots, Duke 13 of 16. The hot shooting continues for the Blue Devils, who are shooting just over 71% for the game.
All that being said, 6-point game. If you're Coach Mack, you have to take a deep breath and say, hey, guys, we're in this game down 6.
Yeah, our shots haven't been falling, but they were, and they will again, and keep doing what you're doing. Here comes extended pressure from the Blue Devils.
Kayla Lozama will check in for BC.
That's exactly where you want to. Here comes the half-court trap, though. You cannot dribble across the sideline.
And this ball is a tussle on the space line. Let's see. That jump ball goes to Duke.
When you bring that ball over half court on the sideline, there now becomes 4 defenders. This is the half-court line, the sideline, and the 2 that came on the trap. And they did a great job inbounding. Now attack the middle. Go opposite. That was a little bit too nonchalant. At this point in the game, nonchalant is not what they can be.
That's 14 turnovers for Boston College. Duke has 16, so both with their fair share of mistakes.
Duke going to the horn set. Donovan, the handoff.
Look at that pressure on Emsbo. Richardson on an illegal screen, and Donovan couldn't set her feet.
You got to wait for that screen. That's as much Richardson's fault. You got to wait for the screen to be set before you go, and Donovan getting called for the foul right there.
How does BC snap this drought? How do they get a bucket here?
They need a bucket here. Good execution.
Eagles led by 12 from Daley, 13 Sidberry.
They're looking to post a guard up again.
And an offensive foul, illegal screen on Krasovec, the freshman.
What came so easy for Boston College in the first half, like every possession, offensive possession is a grind right now, and they coming off that high ball screen.
Yeah, throwing that hip. That is a point of emphasis this year in basketball, the illegal screen. See those turnover numbers starting to add up now for Coach Mack. Can Duke take advantage of those turnovers? Jackson on the mismatch. Richardson, nice pass. Okananwa into the trees, elects to pass. Jackson is stolen. Good hands by Boston College.
Defense just collapsed all over that.
Daley wants it in the post. Good position through Emsbo. Whoa, nice bucket.
Duke did a nice job there getting back in transition, but Andrea Daley, wow, with power and strength to get that one up.
A reach-in foul on Ivy sends Okananwa to the line.
Great post position against Okananwa, and Daley just uses her brute strength to push that one up and in.
That's a team captain who's second in the ACC in field goal percentage behind Leah King a pitch. She can score from anywhere.
Well, she leads the team in scoring over 16 points a game. That's 6.5 more points than she averaged last season. She's really playing well. Really started to turn it on at the end of the season last year. They need her scoring in this game. She had 19 against Bryant, the win they just came off of. So she's a powerhouse.
Only the second free throw attempt for Duke today. Duke's made both. That could be the huge difference. Boston College, 8 missed free throws. Duke is 2 for 2. And the perfection continues.
That allows Blue Devils to get into their press. Let's see if we go sideline middle here. Don't dribble across on the sideline. Better decision there. But all Duke looking to trap again. Good job. Now you've got a numbers game. You got to make that shot.
A miss in transition. Offensive board for NJ, the freshman coming in out of Senegal. Naya NJ.
Naya NJ played on this Senegal.
Look at Sidberry with the spin. Emsbo's having none of it. Second chance, no. And Duke comes out with it. Okananwa. Emsbo down low. Look at this mismatch. Goes to the fadeaway. And off of the body of Emsbo. So Duke had the size mismatch. How do you exploit that as a team?
I mean, Emsbo just needs to know who's guarding her. You know, she goes to this difficult fadeaway shot where all she had to do was drop and score over the much smaller Ivy. It's just recognition. Both teams floundering a little bit right now. BC needs a bucket here.
BC hasn't scored a bucket from the field in almost 2 minutes. Critical stretch. Now the pressure for Duke, forcing 5 turnovers in the quarter. There's the 5th.
It's just weak with the ball.
And Jackson converts. Largest lead for Duke.
It's just that BC wasn't doing in the first half. You have to be strong with the ball against Duke's defense.
9-point lead. Boston College, one of its last 9, needs a bucket.
It's hard enough to score against Duke in the half court. You cannot turn it over.
A foul will help.
Catch this ball against the press, you got to chin it. You can't hang it out there because Oluchi Okananwa is coming after you, and she creates that opportunity for that 3-point shot by Ashley Jackson.
Duke is 7 of 10 from 3. That's been a huge difference. And now Richardson subs out. Big possession, 2 minutes, third quarter.
BC needs to respond here.
Daley blows in a miss. Second chance, NJ. Shot fake is in. Nice bucket for Sidberry.
Sidberry's having a game, boy.
15 for Sidberry. Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Look at this kick. And that is a kick ball. Boston College, though, Debbie, living on offensive boards in the second half.
They've really done a nice job crashing, and they're not very big, but they're working really hard to get second shot opportunities. 14 offensive rebounds for the Eagles in this game.
Here's Thomas. Mair's been red hot tonight. The step back is off. Thomas fights for the board. Both teams aggressive on the glass. Final 90 seconds of the third.
I love Delaney Thomas, another one of those freshmen in that ranked recruiting class. She's a great rebounder.
Jackson takes the screen. Now the switch on NJ. Nice dish to Okananwa, who misses. But another board for Duke.
Thomas again, nose for the ball.
Blue Devils, 7 offensive boards. Mair on the screen. The switch. Tough look. A foul. And Taina Mair to the free throw line. Sort of felt like Mair was ready to explode. 15 and cooking now in the third.
Yeah, she hasn't taken a shot in a little bit, so trying to create her own as the shot clock was winding down. She's just so crafty with the ball, and I just love her ability to make the right decisions, control the tempo of the game, play both sides of the ball.
Duke has not missed a free throw today, so this leads up to 8. Outscoring Boston College by 4 in the quarter.
Mair's an 85% free throw shooter. You gotta love that. If you're a coach, that's a blessing.
Lacey will exit for Boston College. Tiana Todd comes in. A much-needed bucket here if you're Coach Mack.
Biggest lead of the game for Duke.
Good ball pressure, Okananwa. Her hands have been active today.
I mean, if I'm the opponent, I'm not throwing the ball in anywhere near Oluchi Okananwa.
It feels like Darrell Rivas for the Jets. You're not throwing the ball on his
I just
angle.
run that player all the way down the other end. Get Okananwa out of there.
Be a decoy for that Duke defender. Now NJ throws it in.
Look where they're entering the ball, though, close to the baseline. They got it in the hands of who they want, though. Here comes a double team. Get it off the sideline. Attack the middle of the paint.
Nice pass. Sidberry into 2. Draws the foul. Free throws here. And that's been the answer for Boston College, driving and earning free throws.
And that was a nice job breaking the press. And Sidberry's just been working so hard all game long. She's got 15. She's going to the line again where she's 4 for 6.
Think about this as a coach. 8 missed free throws in a 9-point game. That's got to play a factor here late.
Free throws are so important, especially in ACC play. Every ACC game, they're always typically so very close.
Friendly bounce for Sidberry, who's having a night. 16 for Teya.
Coach Mack telling us that, her first big game after playing in the Pac-12 as a role player, coming in, the team needing her scoring, and she's really produced for her teammates today.
5 shy of her season high, 22. Mair on the kick out. Richardson draws the foul the other way. Whoa, Emsbo hooked NJ. And that's hold on. Yeah, that is a Duke offensive foul.
They're going to call it on Emsbo, but Duke's doing a nice job in the third quarter getting into the heart of the zone and kicking the ball out. They struggle to get in there early in the game.
And because of the bonus, it's free throws here for Boston College. That was away from the ball on the box out for the 3. Officials conferring here. We'll give you our best look we have. So watch at the bottom of the screen there. Interesting.
Wow, that is a really interesting call from our perspective right there. Nonetheless, it sends Taina NJ to the free throw line. The freshman.
These are huge free throws for BC. Very confident. So the foul is actually on the shove. Watch away from the ball.
Oh, Okananwa pushes. Okananwa pushes her into Emsbo. So good call by the officials and 2 made free throws by the freshman NJ.
4-point run at the line for BC. And a little bit of a press to end the third quarter. Mair breaks it against her former squad. Jackson with 10. Cable kicks. Richardson enters. Tough look. Out of bounds. A Duke turnover. That's 19 for Duke.
Good job. And I like how Boston College goes to man in these time score situations. They mix it up a little bit. We said they play multiple defenses. They've got 5 seconds.
5 seconds. Ball's live. Options. Daley heaves it in. Hold on a second. This is reviewed. Did she get it off in time?
Wow, if she did, that is, they've come in today to Cameron Indoor and are playing their best basketball.
Florida State, the lone 2-0 team in the league so far. And here we are, both teams battling. Duke up 5 after 3. Boston College couldn't buy a bucket in the third quarter, 28% shooting. That pass is stolen by Jackson. Ashlyn Jackson, are you for real with that dime? Transition Okananwa.
Thank you, Miss Jackson, for that pass. Beautiful lead pass. That play
Yeah, that's
out of
how
the
you end the
timeout, broken up, turns into a transition bucket for Duke.
Duke, 11 fast break points.
Boston College, they're just not cutting as hard. It looks like they're a little bit tired. They've played so hard all game.
A 5-game win streak on the line here for BC. Daley kicks it. Good shot fake. Sidberry to the bucket. Missed it. The amount of point-blank misses for BC today. This will stay here.
Duke really defends this back cut so well, and you see it's 2 dribbles, head up, and the lead pass and the assist for Okananwa from the sophomore Ashlyn Jackson. That's Duke basketball right there.
Boston College needs that 3. Big triple for Todd. Back to a 4-point game.
Todd's a shooter. She'll have to play some points sometimes, but she loves to shoot the 3. She shoots 41% coming into this game, much needed by her team.
That's her team high, 23rd triple. Richardson, good jumper. That comes off. Rebound Todd. Now Boston College can make this a 1-possession game. Look at all the pressure on Ivy, guarding her from 94 feet all the way down the basket. Good spin move. Tough look. Offensive board. Daley again is in. Look at the effort of Daley down low.
Andrea Daley averages over 16 a game. They want this game bad, and they are not going away. We got a 2-point game, Evan.
Facing their former squad, Taina Mair, the captain from last year, now at Duke. Here's Brown with a steal. Oh, bodies everywhere. Okananwa attacks. Little step through and lost it. Duke with the turnover. That's 20 giveaways if you're Duke today, Debbie.
How about Teya Sidberry, though? Here we go with the Eagles attacking the basket, step through, crash the boards, get that ball back, and finish it. Second chance points, extra efforts, keeping them in this game.
That's the toughness factor Coach Mack wanted as Daley breaks the press. Wagner into Richardson. Look at those 2 battling down low, and it's short. Good defense there from Duke. Jackson on the attack mode, wants a foul. It'll stay here. And now Duke brings in Taina Mair. She'll re-enter.
Well, they need Taina Mair. She's steady, she's consistent, she controls the tempo, she runs the show.
And she's been a walking bucket today, 17. So Boston College will answer with Nene Njai, who is known to play at 100 miles an hour. Good speed here against Duke.
She comes in and she just provides a ton of energy and athleticism. It's 6'1". Right now she's matched up with Donovan.
Mair, good move. Missed the jumper. That goes off of Duke. Now Duke's winning the rebounding battle, but the turnovers and the mistakes have cost them.
That's what's going to be critical down the stretch. Who can take care of the ball, valuing possessions, getting a good look at the basket, making free throws.
And here's the assist queen of the ACC, Kayla Ivey. She's had some trouble today. 5 assists, but helping out her team. Ivy enters. Oh, nice look to NJ, who slips and misses. Incredible. Loose ball.
And the missed layups, the point-blank layups that Boston College has missed today, the free throws and the layups.
3 minutes into a wacky 4th quarter. Taina Mair finds Okananwa, and a foul on the entry pass. You just got to make this, Debbie.
I mean, that's just point-blank and just rolls off the side of the rim. And it's just like, Coach Mack is just pulling her hair out down there.
We have a highlight melt of missed chances for BC today. Yet a 2-point game. Richardson makes it 5 for 3.
You cannot leave her open. Reagan Richardson, she shoots 40% from behind the arc, and she is a big shooter in big games, close games, so clutch.
15-3 for Richardson this year. That's a big one. Wagner.
Weave action going on here.
Changing up the offense in the 4th. Here's the 3. No foul called. Loose ball. Okananwa dribbles through it. Look at that pass to Richardson with the foul. Oh my goodness, the dime from the freshman.
Wow, and Okananwa was wide open and Donovan doesn't see her. Donovan's got her head down. When she picks her head up, though, she finds Regan Richardson, who's streaking down the floor, and one.
Is that CeeDee Lamb last night for the Cowboys? Doing everything as Richardson.
She's coming to life right now, and she's done this all season. She steps up big when her team needs her most.
8 points and 2 lovely assists from Donovan.
Well, she's one of the most experienced players from last season. She had 26 starts last season. They needed more from her this year, and she's giving it to them.
We have a foul here on, hold on. No, we have something on Duke. Play will continue. We'll get that clarified in a second. Transition here, Daley, Wagner. Brown has none of it. It was a lane violation on Duke on that free throw.
And Kennedy Brown does a nice job getting back in defense and breaking that up. 6'6" with extended arms is a lot to shoot over.
That's why Duke is 4th in the country in blocks.
She's done a nice job protecting the rim and altering shots today.
Wagner draws the foul. Dontavia Wagner, she's a tough cookie.
Oh, she's been doing that all day, too. This is a battle.
That's her 4th charge drawn. Wagner's got the tape on her face, she's got the headband, and she's got toughness.
There's the push-off, and she just balled right into it. Great job by Wagner.
It's an art, isn't it? Drawing those fouls.
It is.
It's a lost art at that. Halfway through this 4th quarter, BC hanging around despite a 2-minute scoring drought.
Let's see what Coach Mack calls right now. Little fade screen on the wing, trying to get the ball to Sidberry.
Daley on the attack. Oh, Donovan's having none of it. Climb the ladder, Jaden Donovan.
The freshman, the team leader in block shots, the timing and the athleticism. She
and
came in with 22 blocks on this season to lead the Blue Devils.
Gets the deflection there and out of bounds, Duke ball. Jaden Donovan's changed this game in the 4th quarter.
She can change the complexion of every game with her versatile athleticism and her skill set.
Now on this end, good assignment, Wagner versus Mair, former teammates. Advantage Mair with the layup.
Duke's starting to open this up a little bit. BC's got to stop the bleeding right now. Momentum, the crowd's getting into it. Sidberry's with the ball down low, trying to score over a bigger Brown.
Just rattled out. Duke on a 7-0 run. Okananwa between the legs. Catch your breath here in Durham. This game is bonkers.
Smart decision to pull it out by the freshman. Get it in the hands of your point guard.
Oh, Ivy got the picker pocket the other way. And Mair does the same. 2 guards getting after it. We'll take the media timeout. 9-point game here in Durham.
Passing down a legacy.
Here's what's cooking in Durham so far. Duke can't miss a shot, not only in the first half, shooting well in the second half. 71% early. Turnovers have kept both teams in, and then down the stretch, Teya Mair taking over for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, as a Boston College with a chance to tie the game, misses a layup, and then Duke turns it around and adds 5 more points. And right now,
part of a 7-0 Duke run. Sidberry misses. Wagner the board. Brown has none of it. Clock did not reset, so down to 12. Here's a 3. Ivy short. Another offensive board. Double figure on the glass for BC. And how does Boston College get a bucket here, Debbie?
One of these has got to drop, but it's not for lack of effort. They are working hard on the glass. They're going to go back to this Sidberry-Brown matchup. She's trying to take her off the dribble. That's a nice help by Jaden Donovan.
Running ahead. Now a steal for Boston College. 22 Duke turnovers. Make it 24, keeping BC in it. Lacey for 3. Short.
Everything's shot for Boston College right now.
2 of 16 in this 4th quarter.
Teya Mair doing a nice job slowing this down. Clock is Duke's friend with 4 minutes to go. 9-point lead.
Including 19 for Mair, and an illegal screen on Brown. That's been called a ton tonight.
It's her 4th.
Great point. 4 on Brown. Neither team in the bonus just yet.
Boston College has got to start to make something happen. They need a bucket on this possession.
0 of its last 12 shooting, the Eagles.
They came out so strong, shooting the ball so well to start the game, and they've just gone into this drought.
Wagner 1v1, draws 2. Nice kick out. Lacey holds her pivot foot. Here's the 3. That's off. Donovan the rebound. And now a sloppy turnover. A chance here for Daley.
They keep getting these second chances, but their ball's just not going in.
Daley drives into a triple team. Someone's got to be open. It's Ivy's turn. Huge 3, Boston College.
Big bucket by the point guard, Ivy.
Back to a 6-point game. Duke has 6 turnovers this quarter, keeping BC in it. Jackson attacks. Mair into the lane with the foul. Free throws here for Teya Mair.
She's done such a good job today finding the seam. You just see how patient. She just lets the game come to her. She waits for the gap. She attacks it and takes good shots.
So that's turnover 25 for Duke. And this was a huge bucket for Ivy.
He needed it. Ivy's just ready, set to shoot. Drills that one.
So Mair with 20 points, and that's really been the answer for Duke tonight.
She's had a huge game. I mean, they've turned the ball over so uncharacteristically as many times as they have, but Teya Mair has been so steady playing against her former team.
Mair with 21, 5 shy of her career high that she set at Boston College. Big possession for Ivy. BC 3 of 18 shooting in the 4th.
So much one-on-one play in this quarter for BC. They really haven't been able to work as a team to create a high percentage shot. A lot of dribbling.
Wagner the screen. Now the switch with 3. Ivy heaves it in. Big bank triple. Oh my goodness, the bank is hot at the end of 23.
Got a 5-point game. This game just continues to impress.
Mair v. Ivy, 2 all-conference caliber guards. Ivy in her grill. Brown the extra pass out of bounds. Duke, 27 turnovers, Debbie.
They've just been out of sync against the zone tonight. And Ivy, she's what, 2, 3, 4 steps behind the line. Banks open, big bucket.
That's the arcade playing kind.
Just love the expression on her face. It hasn't changed all game for the redshirt junior. Chance to cut it to 3.
Tough look. That's short. Lacey tried to save it and goes out of bounds. Duke ball. 2 minutes left. So this possession becomes vital if you're Boston College. Need a stop. And now with 2 minutes left, BC's going to ask for a challenge. And it becomes immediate timeout. So we'll take that timeout and give you the answer who has possession.
You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your...
Big call on the court. Duke will keep possession after this challenge. Watch this. And it looks like JoJo Lacey touched it last, so that call stands. Duke basketball, 2 minutes left.
Big possession for the Blue Devils here. Chance to make this a 3-possession game.
Duke hasn't made a basket in 3.5 minutes. And now a steal for Ivy. And a foul by Duke. See a factor in the 28 turnovers and the Duke mistakes. Here's BC with the basketball.
I've been watching this all game long, and the Blue Devils are shooting 65% from the floor, but they've allowed Boston College to stay in this game because of the 28 turnovers. Boston College with a chance to cut this to a 1-possession game.
Daley around the screen. BC can't buy a bucket in this 4th quarter.
Just trying to open the floor up, going back to that matchup in the high post.
Sidberry attacks Brown, the kick out. Ivy for 3. That's off. Brown the rebound. And a timeout here for Kara Lawson. Both teams have plenty of timeouts to work with. So what's the call here for Kara? Minute 17 left, Debbie.
Take care of the ball. Let's get a shot. Let's get it to their full court press. You got to be careful here not to give up long threes in the corners.
15 steals for Boston College. Keep an eye on that as Duke inbounds it. Donovan finds Jackson, and Ivy slips. Good job breaking the press.
Here's where Taina Mair is going to take control and milk that clock a little bit. See what kind of set they've called.
Final minute here in Durham.
Boston College in man-to-man defense right now.
Brown doubled. Here's Mair. Down to 3. Mair, the step back. That is off. Loose ball off of Duke. BC basketball.
Good defense by BC. A little switch on the perimeter. They force a contested 3, and we've got a timeout by Coach Mack.
So 49 seconds.
We'll see what the play is off the whiteboard. We're going to inbound on the sideline across from the bench.
Huge possession for Boston College, shooting 2 of its last 17. Now Sidberry sizes up Brown on attack mode. That's off. Save to Duke. And now the foul situation begins in the bonus on the next foul.
They went to Sidberry. They went to that matchup. They've been working it all day long, and she's just good job by Kennedy Brown.
We'll call the timeout. And now if you're Boston College, it's a game of what ifs. So many missed layups if you're BC.
Missed layups and missed free throws. They had their opportunities, and here it is. You create that little bit of a one-on-one with Sidberry and Kennedy Brown. You try to draw the 4th foul against Kennedy Brown, but Kennedy Brown's just so long with that 6'6" frame. She defends that well. Sidberry's really played hard today against a much bigger matchup.
Kennedy Brown playing with those 4 fouls. That's a good point. And now it's up to free throw shooting if you're Duke the rest of the way. Although the way Boston College has forced turnovers, I wouldn't be surprised at a possible steal or some pressure here.
They may just try to steal the inbounds, trap once, maybe trap twice, then they're going to have to foul. Stop the clock.
So Duke basketball on this end. There's Ashlyn Jackson with it.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Boston College. That's their 5th foul.
And that means Wagner has to foul out of the game. That's why she didn't want to take it.
She didn't have an option.
And with that 5th foul, Duke goes to the free throw line. Although Duke doesn't seem aware of that until now.
On the flip side, Duke only has 3 team fouls.
Big free throws here for Jackson. Duke as a team is perfect. 7 for 7.
Ashlyn Jackson's an 83% free throw shooter. Duke, one of their strengths this year is free throw shooting, an uncharacteristic miss.
The broadcaster's jinx is alive and well on New Year's Eve, Debbie.
It was 20 for 24 before that shot. So lets it continue to be a 2-possession game.
Second free throw is good. Timeout, Boston College, down 6. The number, Kara Lawson's club, they want to defend the 3 well. We've seen some missed free throws for Duke keep Boston College in this game.
And we've seen some missed layups for Boston College to let Duke have this lead, and some missed free throws. 14 for 22 from the free throw line for BC.
Let's see what Kayla Ivey has stored up next to her point guard head coach, Coach Mack. Ivey's got to get it in. Daley.
Tried to use that fade screen off the weak side.
The drive. Daley doubled and stolen by Donovan.
The foul's going to come.
Now the foul game takes over. Another costly mistake for Boston College.
You know, and it was a nice set, but, you know, credit the pressure, the ball pressure by Duke. It was hard to see the available options, and then when they got it, they couldn't hang on to the ball. He worked that fade screen, pass, little deflection right there. She could have gone right up with that.
An ill-timed 2-minute scoring drought if you're Boston College. But Duke can't take advantage.
And Coach Mack telling us sometimes her team is too unselfish. In time score situations, you just got to power up and score.
Richardson, second free throw. Makes it a 3-possession game. Timeout BC. They have 1 remaining.
Well, we're certainly getting a clinic on time score here with all these timeouts. So
if you're a fan of sideline out of bounds plays, we got plenty of them for you. And Taina Mair facing her former squad today in BC. She's taken over, Debbie, 21 points and a bunch in the second half.
She has just been great from behind the arc. She's controlled the tempo of the game. She's been able to create her own shot. You see how she just gets her feet set. She's ready to shoot. She has such a quick release, but what a great game by the sophomore transfer from Boston College, Taina Mair, to lead her Blue Devils to the 7-point lead.
What a performance, especially from deep for Mair. Only had 2 in her last game against Coppin State. Didn't need it. Needed all those points today.
And she's come up big in big games for the Blue Devils, and you're really starting to see her mature as the floor general.
So Teya Sidberry to inbound. Here's Lacey. Now in attack mode. The kick, open 3. Way short. Ivy able to save it.
Got to get a shot up quick.
Clock ticking here. Ivy heaves. Whoa, Ivy's prayer answered.
Got a foul.
Now the foul game. And the foul called on that first pass. So free throws here for Duke.
Wow, and Ivy with her second.
Ivy's got the lucky charm today.
The game, boy, for her third three-pointer.
The bank and the Steph Curry distance for 3.
They needed it. She chases down the loose ball. She takes a couple dribbles. And again, 2 steps off the arc and just lets it fly. Buries it.
Okay, 4-point game. Duke back to the free throw line. They need these. Jackson makes it a 5-point game. Remember, Boston College has that 1 timeout left. And Duke is 11 of 13 from the line. Timeout, BC.
And this time it's going to have to be a 3, Evan. They're going to have to figure out how to get up 2 quick threes here. What a game this has been, this back and forth contest. Just when you thought Duke would like break it open, BC comes back and hits another 3. And, you know, for both teams, wow, I mean, Duke with a...
So after the ACC opening loss to Clemson, Debbie, what's been the difference today for the Blue Devils?
Well, I don't think we've seen them turn the ball over like this, you know, but I think they have more, you see their freshmen mature. You know, Donovan's maturing, Okananwa's maturing. We're getting more production from Kennedy Brown. But, you know, you look at this today, 28 turnovers for Duke. That is not going to fly against most opponents in the ACC. And for Duke, fortunate that they were able to shoot at such a high clip today.
Taina Mair leading the show with 21.
And Boston College just came out 56% in the first half and has held.
Here's Ivy. That's a big one. The bank is off. Offensive board. Daley collects. Now only 4 seconds left. Need a steal. And a Duke timeout. Okay, Coach Taylor. 4 seconds left. This is unique, down 4.
You just got to get this ball in and take care of it. Hang on to it. Chin it. Hold it. You're going to draw the foul. You're going to the free throw line. Get it in. The game's over.
Duke on the verge of bouncing back to 1-1 in the league with a big matchup against Louisville coming up. That's at Louisville this week. And Boston College will host Miami coming up on Thursday. That's a top 25 team heading to Chestnut Hill.
Coach Meyer's got her team 9-1. I mean, he's got a great job right now. Both these teams, we talked about the balance. Boston College right now, 5 players in double figures. For Duke, 4 players in double digits. Just great balance scoring. Duke 17 assists on 30 made baskets. They're one of the best in the league. They assist on 52% of their field goals coming into the game, and another night of unselfish play for the Blue Devils.
Wanting to avoid adding to those turnover totals, 28 for Duke. As we're right in the opening weekend ACC, things really start to heat up the next few weeks here, Debbie.
Yeah.
Because today we've seen some of the favorites take care of business. Carolina continues to win. FSU's now 2-0. And they'll face a very good NC State team on Thursday.
How about Syracuse, though? Wow. Look at that.
These are the rest of the games. Virginia Tech doing what Coach Kenny Brooks' team does.
They do a lot of things well.
Scoring points for sure. Watching Kitley and crew. Final 4 seconds. Jackson's got to get it in. Brown helps her out.
Foul.
And now a free throw game the rest of the way.
Yeah, that pretty much sealed the deal. Got that ball in. It took a while, but they got it in.
So Duke will ring in the new year with a 4th straight win. Boston College snaps a 5-game win streak. And now Jackson to close things out. NJ the rebound, and that'll do it here in Durham. Duke a feisty second half comeback and wins it by 5, moving to 1-1 in the ACC.